Baker Mayfield led the Browns to 7 wins, and on Sunday, he set the record for the most TD passes by a rookie quarterback with 27. While in New York, Saquon Barkley had 15 total touchdowns this season, and on Sunday, he became the 3rd rookie in the NFL history with at least 2,000 total yards. And we are joined once again by Jason McIntyre, who is still with us. So, Jason, who deserves to be Rookie of the Year?
I think this one's a layup, without question. I think it's got to be my guy, Baker Mayfield. I know we've had our issues. He had blocked me on social media earlier this year. Now I'm unblocked because I've said nice things. But I'm saying nice things.
That's the friend you want to
he has been
something that you
guys,
good.
Baker Mayfield has been incredible. Now, I don't know how you judge Rookie of the Year. Is it just the stats? I don't know. Then it's a toss-up. But when you factor in the culture change in Cleveland, they go from how many wins last year to 7 this year. Just remind me, how many wins did the Browns have last year? I've forgotten, Rob. Just give me the number.
They had 1 win.
Cleveland had 1 win.
Was that culture change?
Did they? You sure?
Or was it
he was starting under Hugh Jackson.
2 years ago.
And the culture was the same, right?
No.
I think the culture
Baker Mayfield, when he got rid of, you're giving Greg Williams all the credit for the Browns.
5 and 3 under him.
Baker Mayfield, Alex, I believe he set the rookie passing touchdown record. Eclipsed Russell Wilson, eclipsed Peyton Manning. But I don't want to just go big picture. I'll look at a small game like Week 17, okay? Baker Mayfield's facing the #2 defense in the league, Baltimore Ravens, okay? They've given up 2 300-yard passes this year. That's it. Pat Mahomes, who everybody has as the NFL MVP, and guess who else? Baker Mayfield, not once, but twice, threw for over 300 yards against the second best defense in the league. I know, Rob, he had an interception at the end.
No, don't poo-poo it, because when the game was on the line,
he's a rookie quarterback.
No,
what do you expect on the road?
Here you go.
I'm guessing this means he's going to go Saquon Barkley, but listen, I will be short here. Baker Mayfield, hands down, should win the NFL Rookie of the Year award.
Look,
not even a debate.
It's Saquon Barkley. You're right. It's not even a debate. You had to qualify all your stuff with rookie. Broke the season record for rookies as far as touchdowns. He lost, but he's a rookie. I don't have to use that qualifier with Saquon Barkley because guess what? He is already one of the best, not rookie running backs in the league, running backs in the league. Todd Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, and Saquon Barkley. He led the NFL in yards from scrimmage. Total yards from scrimmage, all right, over 2,000. He was second in the NFL in rushing. He averaged 5 yards per carry. He led the NFL in most rushes for 20 yards or more. This dude, Baker Mayfield, we aren't even thinking about in terms of one of the best quarterbacks. We compare him to Saquon or to Sam Darnold and to Lamar Jackson and so on and so forth. We're not daring to bring him up with Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and even Patrick Mahomes. We're not putting him in that category. Saquon Barkley, a Pro Bowler, by the way, is already in that category. And by the way, Baker Mayfield isn't even second. It's Lamar Jackson. How about he's the rookie quarterback that beat your rookie quarterback. They're 6-1. If it wasn't for Lamar Jackson, Harbaugh, leading them to the playoffs. John Harbaugh might be fired and without a job right now if it wasn't for Lamar Jackson. You talk about a culture change.
You're just talking about
mic drop.
All you have is the typical sizzle of Baker Mayfield because of his persona. But Chris is 100% right. He's not even second. And Saquon Barkley also, Chris, with all the things that you mentioned and how well he did, also had the record for catches, for a rookie running back. I mean, he obliterated all the stats, did everything, and he's not just a great rookie player. He's a great player, period. And Baker Mayfield, when you look deep, he only beat one team with a winning record, and that was Baltimore early in the season when they weren't good and didn't have Lamar Jackson. All the other stats and numbers, go look at all of the numbers he put up against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's defensive coordinator got fired because they gave up 500 yards a game, so that's what Baker Mayfield was eating off of. He didn't beat anybody. He went up against weak defenses and was able to flourish. So when you take a look at it, he's not the offensive rookie of the year.
Can I ask a question, Rob?
He's third in that.
Since you want to talk about great teams that Baker Mayfield beat, who did Saquon Barkley beat? You got anybody? Who? He didn't win any. They won 4 or 5 games.
Well,
Rob, just
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Team won a lot of games.
No case.
No.
Oh, wait, here we go. Wait, okay.
I'll give it to you. That team with Eli Manning and some of the other stuff that was going on, he didn't do anything to cause that team not to win any games. And that's when you have to take a look at it.
Oh, so he's getting all the credit when they do well. But it's not Saquon's fault
we did not
when
mention,
they win 5 games.
We didn't mention any team achievements. We mentioned individual achievements.
That's what we're talking about.
But he just mentioned team achievements.
No, I'm telling you that I'm saying that
Baker didn't beat nobody.
He didn't beat anybody when you bring up that. And here's the other thing. Last year,
the team did not win a game last year.
You're right, and it was 1 to 2 years ago.
Yes.
But here's my point. Before the season started, they made all these moves. Everybody knew the Browns were going to be better, even before Baker was going to be quarterback. Yes, indeed. And when they went to get Tyrod Taylor, the whole idea was they needed to start winning some games because it had only been 1 win in 2 years. Go look at the moves that they made prior to Baker. This was a better team. Most people believed they were going to win 5 or 6 games minimum, even before Baker took over the job.
Now, I didn't research this. How many did people think Saquon was going to lead the New York Giants to? Rob, these arguments,
both Rob and I, as much as we like Saquon Barkley, we believe the Giants should have drafted a quarterback.
Absolutely.
Saquon or Sam Darnold. No matter how great Saquon Barkley is, a running back doesn't typically lead you to great success.
I was waiting for you to say that.
So Mayfield has the narrative. What you're buying into is the narrative.
Buying into 0 wins to 7.
Yeah, you're buying into the narrative.
Okay, that's a narrative.
You know, but
you know
who
what,
was
Alex?
the more
they
productive?
won 7 games because of Jarvis Landry and Myles Garrett.
Who was the more productive player? Honestly, it was Saquon
How do you judge productivity? Making others better?
One way.
Well, I don't know. Baker Mayfield
Pro
made the
Bowls
entire
and accolades
team
are
better.
another. Is Baker Mayfield in the conversation for best quarterbacks in the NFL?
I don't think yet. He's young.
Okay. Is Saquon Barkley in the conversation?
Jump into the conversation for best running back in a
Really?
Yeah. Kareem Hunt came out of nowhere, was one of the best running backs in the league.
But
Le'Veon Bell was out of the league. Like, anybody at running back can get production.
Not anybody. Not the numbers that you're talking about. 2,000 yards from scrimmage.
Peterson is 33 years old. He was one of the 7 leading rushers
They don't even run the football anymore in this league.
I'm just saying, like,
and the
anybody
same
can
thing when you
jump
talk
in.
about his throwing numbers. Everybody throws the football. It's a passing league, so I get it. That's why his numbers are higher. And when the game mattered the most against Baltimore, you want to prove something, show me something? He could have won that game for them, Chris.
Wait, where was Saquon Barkley in the season finale against Dallas? He should have won that game.
I'm telling you, he was in that. He was in a moment, and what did he do? He threw a pick. That's what he did.
What did Saquon Barkley do in the moment against the Cowboys when they lost to Dak Prescott in Week 17? At home, mind you, against the Cowboys. Tell me, I forgot what Saquon did.
Was he out on defense when Dallas scored the last touchdown?
Was he on offense? Why didn't he just move the chains and work it down the field for a game?
Didn't they lose? Didn't they score 34 points in that game?
Oh, so
they weren't shut out.
Rob, I can't believe you're arguing for Saquon here. I thought you were smarter than that.
How do you? It's not even close.
I know, Baker by a landslide.
Because he changed the culture?
Change the culture.
If that's the argument. Okay, go ahead.
0 wins to 7. They went 0 to 7.
Okay.
The Cleveland Browns were one of the better teams in the second half of the season. You guys know Football Outsiders, right? They do this advanced metrics. You know the Cleveland Browns are one of the 10 best teams in the second half of the season? That's thanks to
in that poll,
Baker Mayfield.
In that poll, where were the Ravens? In the second half.
Ravens were tremendous second half of the season.
Higher than the Browns?
The New York Giants were
higher than the Browns? Okay, your argument for
the Baltimore Ravens are built on running
and
argument
defense. For Baker but running now behind Lamar Jackson
has been incredible.
All right?
I'm not giving
your
a guy
argument for Baker Mayfield is third. I can make the same argument for Lamar Jackson even better. You want to talk about culture change. Lamar Jackson. You want to talk about wins. When's the last time the Ravens have made the playoffs? 2010, something like that?
Lamar's been
look at the wins that they've had.
Can I get a timeout here?
I'm just saying, every argument
you're
we
an
make for
NBA
Baker.
MVP voter, right?
Right.
If somebody misses half the season, can you give them the MVP award? No. Lamar Jackson has played how many games?
I'm not giving him
7.
That's why
Can he win Rookie of the Year with
I'm not giving him the award. I'm saying he's higher than Baker Mayfield.
How? How is he
Mayfield didn't. When did he's changed the culture. He's led them to the playoffs.
I would say Lamar is
I would say this. If a guy in the NBA, his team was floundering, the coach was about to get fired, they were talking about rebuilding, and he comes in from halfway through the season and totally leads a change, something like a 6-1 record, the equivalent over the second half of the season, then maybe he gets in the MVP conversation.
By the way, Lamar
gets
Jackson
all the
has
credit.
one 200-yard passing game.
But
I think he's been great.
It's about W's for the quarterbacks.
I like the Ravens
Baker
a lot.
Mayfield just gets a lot of attention because he gets clicks. And I know people are so caught up on that. I know he does, and that's what you love about him. But I'm just talking about, you just saw Lamar Jackson go on the road with Chargers, right, in a game that was big that they needed. And beat them to get his team into the playoffs. You got to give him credit. And this,
no, he's getting credit.
No, but the reason that Chris and I both are saying, no, we're not picking him as the Rookie of the Year is because you're right. He didn't play enough games or all the games. But Saquon Barkley would be #1, no question about it. And then I would even take Lamar ahead of Baker.
Listen, I can understand the Saquon. I would not go Lamar ahead of Baker. Let me add this, okay? The Cleveland Browns have a head coaching opening, right? You look at any of the lists put out by any of the NFL insiders, the #1 most coveted job right now is the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Why? It ain't because of Jabril Peppers or Nick Chubb. It's because of that guy on the screen.
It's because there's no expectations when you take a job like that. There's not. First of all,
excuse me, a team that hasn't won in forever. There's major expectations.
No, nobody's going to. If you go there,
won 7
Bill Belichick
games.
failed in Cleveland. Anybody can go to Cleveland, and no one's going to hold you to the fire. A tough job to go to is to go to Green Bay, where they have a tradition at a quarterback and not win. That's the job you get to the
95-year-old quarterback.
Cleveland can win 10 games or get to the playoffs, and people will be ecstatic. People will be happy because it's been such a drought. That's what it's some expectations, but not like Green Bay.
Listen, I know you're an Ohio guy. I'm not taking a shot here, but not a lot of people are going to want to move to Cleveland, relocate their family there.
You could say it's better than moving to Green Bay. Apologies to Green Bay, but I'm just saying.
But people want that job because of Baker Mayfield. Guys, you talk about Nick Foles earlier in the show. You said Nick Foles, man, there's a magic around him. There seems to be some magic around Baker Mayfield. What that team did in the second half of the season to go from 0 wins last year and irrelevant at the start with Tyrod Taylor to, oh my gosh, it's week 15 and they're alive. You got to give Baker the props here. They're only there because of him.
I like Baker Mayfield. He's had a good season. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's not a better season than Saquon Barkley and Lamar Jackson. That's all I'm saying.
I can't believe I'm in my ear. They're saying rap, so I got to walk out with another victory. 3-0, baby.
It's getting ugly.
Jason, that was fun. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, should the Steelers